Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. With me today in studio is Patricia Benedict, and we have a show today. It's not going to be long, but we want to talk about the Barbados judicial system. Is it designed to frustrate people who desperately want to be heard in court? That is the question we have today. It is a matter of great public importance, and Patricia Benedict, yes, she's going to give you a history of her time at the court and within that system and how she feels it can be or should be improved. Patricia, welcome into the studio.
Yes, thank you very
You
much.
are
Miss
welcome.
Veronica.
You are welcome.
It's been 8 years. It's 7, 8 years, and they don't only it is not only to frustrate people in general. It is who you know and who you're coming up against. And it's just really the system here is messed up. Could you imagine you going to court on a matter and you have prosecutors hiding evidence, hiding things that should have been filed in the law courts just to protect somebody? Just to protect somebody? And when I called them and asked them about it, oh, they don't have it. I said, but the clerk said that you all had this Karen's matter because I filed documents against her, and they hid it. It is so, there's so much injustice in the courts with some of the magistrates and the prosecutors. Giving you you get charged with something, and then the same day you get a disclosure because of who they're trying to rush you to get charged or to be in prison. They give a disclosure the same day, and that's illegal. But then when it's my turn, it takes years for me to get a disclosure. It's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. And there's a meeting with the Chief Justice next month. The main concerns are not for people. I want people, it's for people, I'm representing the people, is that people do not appear in court when they're supposed to. Remember the day when they tried to say I did not appear and tried to lock me up? When I did genuinely appear, went to another court, and the person who was supposed to appear did not appear at all, but they wanted to lock me up. People, individuals, especially in my matters, do not appear in court. Yes, they have not appeared in court, and I have most of them. My private matters, they just do not appear, and no consequences at all. No. What do you call it? Bench warrant.
Wait, when you say private matters, you're talking about you have civil matters and
civil matters.
So if it's a civil matter and they are served a summons to appear in court, you're saying that they do not. Are you sure that they're served? Does it show that they're served?
They're served because they have been coming to court. Some have been coming to court and just stopped. Look, the Karen has come to court. She only this year, after after several emails to the necessary authorities, only this year, and after only this year, she started appearing in court. Although I asked on several occasions in the past to have the cases dismissed, and it has been going on the cases have been going on for 3 years. So every time I was coming to court, and it is not fair.
You are saying that there are criminal matters And if it's a criminal matter, it's the state against whoever it is. It's not the Sunset Crest property owners employee or whoever employee it is. It's the state versus, and there will be a defendant. So you're saying that in the state versus the defendant, you want those matters dismissed because why do you want those matters dismissed?
They have been going on for years. And no, all the prosecutors are frustrating me. They just giving me dates. They're not even acknowledging. If I say to them, well, it has been going on for years. Oh, they just say, they don't hear me out. Not even the magistrates hear me out. Well, not now, but they didn't used to hear me out. If I say that, well, I've been coming to court for 3 years, and, and in some cases they have given me the disclosures. So there's nothing wrong. There's nothing keeping them back from hearing my matters. But the thing about it, when new matters come up against me, against people, it's all of a sudden heard.
So you're saying that a member of the Sunset Crest Property Owners Inc. would lodge a complaint or whatever it is against you. The police would take it up, and it goes before the court. And when you are there in court, that person, the witness, because the person who went to the police station to lodge that complaint, that person now becomes a witness. That person is not showing up in court.
They're not showing up in court.
So are they being summoned? But you have to ask: are they being summoned by the prosecutors to show up?
Well, now they have been, after years of frustrations and several emails to the necessary authorities asking why. Because
I'm not talking about your emails. I'm not talking about your emails. I'm talking about the legal process. Is that particular person who works out of the Sunset Crest Property Owners Inc., that organization, is that person being summoned to appear in court?
She has, but majority of times she do not appear. And we had the best job for years, in especially in Old Town. When she wasn't appearing, do you know what happened? The prosecutors or whoever called her.
I
give her a date. And give her a date when to come back to court. Or she cannot come to court because she has to go to a meeting. Did you hear what I just said to you? She has to go to a meeting, or she always has some excuses why she cannot come to court.
I was talking to Joseph Jordan there in Sunset Crest, and he said that he has also a matter with this particular, you call her Karen, Sunset Crest Karen, and she didn't appear in court for him either, on his matter either. So there's a problem. Yeah, there's a problem, and this is a matter of great public importance. This is not about Patricia Benedict. This is not about Joseph Jordan. This is a matter of great public importance.
But don't continue. Let me tell you the reason why. I'm telling the magistrate, and this is not the first time he did it. The magistrate of the hometown court says that she went overseas. What is the procedure if you know you have a court matter? And I don't. She's just running around, but she has her minions or whatever to say whatever.
No, but if she's overseas, then they should get in contact with you and say the court, this particular matter was adjourned because the main witness is overseas, and you shouldn't even have to appear. Or if you do get to court, someone should come out or say, this is the matter, state versus such and such a person, and you will go and say, well, this matter has been adjourned because a main witness has had reason to be not in the country at this time. So you shouldn't have to wait hours on end in a matter where they have already been advised that the main witness is not even on the island.
She controls the court system.
Yeah, we cannot go there. We're not going to go there. I know you feel that. I know you feel that way.
Okay, yes.
I know you feel that way. But yeah, no, don't. There's no apology needed. But we are not going to go there because she's not controlling nothing. She's not controlling nothing.
You don't
Okay.
think so?
Yeah, I can't give an employee. That's all she is. That's all she is, an
Yes.
employee. I cannot
So when the
do it.
magistrate said that in Mr. Joseph Jordan case that she's gone away, you have to provide something. What did she provide to the
No, I don't think it's about her. I think it's about you. I think they're just trying to frustrate you. I think they don't like. I don't think that it is that they like her. I think it is that they don't like you.
Oh no, because it's a long story, Miss Veronica. Because the court systems favors her because
It's not a favor.
I favors her because of the what she can do for them.
You know, they say the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's all it is. That's all it is. She doesn't like you, they don't like you, and they have become friends. She doesn't like you, they do not like you, and she and them, whoever they are, they have become friends. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So,
what? Just because I am living in Sunset Crest, she doesn't want me there. Because when I am there, I see
you are the surveillance. Yeah, you are the surveillance.
I report back to who I have to report. Now, she's supposed to get charged, to complain to get a charge. So she cannot be seen out there because she knows I will call the necessary authorities say, but, well, she has to get charged. And she hasn't been charged. You know, there's a video that made the rounds circulated on social media. This is what I filed in the police station. But they're telling me they have to do investigations. What investigations when it's clear as day? It's the same thing they pick me up for a video, something I said I was charged for that.
But wasn't there someone who called me and said that they were by your house? And I checked with you, but I don't know if I got through to you. But someone said that they were by your house and she and someone else came through and was taking pictures of that person in your driveway. Was that something?
Oh yes. So that wasn't. I sent the email. I sent the email out. I mentioned that to them.
Oh, okay. That's maybe I saw it.
I mentioned that to them because she is in hiding. She does, because let me tell you why she doesn't. Because someone came to do something for me. It's the cameras, and the person came up to where I live. Now, she didn't realize the person went back into the car. That was about last week. Do you know, she and her daughter came up, Karen and her daughter came up and started taking pictures. So which means they live close by still. Took pictures of the vehicle. That is dangerous. So when I came in, the person said to me, I do not understand. Because one thing if that person is
I don't want to hear the background of anyone.
Okay.
Because that's not relevant. What I'm saying here is that you have a situation there in Sunset Crest that needs to be dealt with, and because the whole town police people, the personnel there in that particular station, and they do have a reputation. The whole town police, they have a reputation, but I think because they don't like you, and you are like a roving reporter. When you see something, you pull out your camera and you speak to it. And information is key. And people who like secrets like control. They want to control things, and you are not about that, so they don't like you. So I think it's all about them not liking you, and they have allowed her a wide breadth of things, they have given her leadway, but everything comes to an end. And
Yes.
this is going into 15 minutes. I want you to say to the court, there's a legislative body. When the ministers go into parliament and they speak on things, and they have been speaking of the backlog and getting things moving through the system so that, RAPE case doesn't take like 20 years. The person is grown and becomes an adult, and they're talking about, come to court on this matter. Nobody wants to go to court on a matter, although it was egregious, although it was a matter that you have actually impacted that person for life when you violate them, especially as a young child. There's no cure for that, but yet they will let that slide. So your matter is not novel. Your matter is like it goes the course of things, the way things happen in Barbados. Your
Yeah.
things going through court like molasses is slow. That is what happens in the court system. So the legislative body now, when you go to parliament, those are the people you need to send letters to. The member of parliament for the area you live in, Mia Motley. I know you are in contact with Mia Motley. So, but those are the people, the guy, the attorney general. Those people have to
I put
work,
a question mark.
but those people have to work from the legislative level to correct all of these malfeasances, all of these things the things that don't work, the things that do not work in Barbados.
But they the ones that keep having, they the ones deliberately keeping the backlog, those prosecutors and stuff.
How does it profit them? How does it profit them to have a backlog?
Because you grease hands. You might some of them get their hands greased. See? To frustrate. It's such a messed up system in Barbados. There are matters that is so easy, should have been so easily just...
Exactly.
And they don't, because the wicked people there saying, oh, we don't want that matter to stay frustrated about it. Settle. And that's the word some of them use. And they need to have changed the prosecutors. Lots of prosecutors in the court system that are so corrupt.
At the initial phase, the prosecutor could actually be a cop when initially when they're going to.
No. Let me just say something about that. I have sent several emails to the necessary authorities stating that a police officer, in my opinion, should never be a prosecutor, and that has.
But they have to be there in the initial phase to say whether the person is or should be eligible for bail. And they gave a little account of, well, this person is out on bail and committed this crime, this person, blah, blah. So
this is not the point I'm trying to bring across. I know we have little time. Police should never be prosecutors. It's a conflict of interest. 90% of the times, there are conflict of interest. They have to have independent, my opinion, and people could, because I don't know much about the law. There should be independent prosecutors, not police acting on. But it
can't be independent at the initial phase.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, because if you go into a police, if you go into a police department, but Patricia, if you go into a police department and make a complaint because somebody did something to you, and then there's a court hearing because let's say the person is charged, the person deserves. Anyone who is picked up by the police or in the system, they deserve a day in court. Anywhere in the world, common law.
But they don't.
Listen. They deserve their day in court, not trial. I'm not talking about the trial. I'm talking about the initial. Now, when that person comes before the first magistrate or the first lower court judge, it's not the trial. That's not the trial. So then you need the police officer from that particular station where that statement was given, where they went out and arrested that person. You need that person there because that person would have said they went through the database and they saw that this person, was in the system. They're known to the police or they're not known to the police.
I understand.
But that person has to act. That person, whether you call them a quasi prosecutor, whatever words, but they have to stand in that particular position initially. It can't be independent. It cannot be because an independent person.
Things have to change in Barbados. And not only me. And they did mention it one time. I think it was allegedly AG say that they are trying to work allegedly that the prosecutor, because I've been speaking, the police as prosecutors. It's a bad thing.
But it's not. That is only they're not really prosecutors. They're just there to say whether the person should be eligible for bail or not.
You know what? And not cutting you. You're right, because most of 90% of them don't even know the law.
But that's not what they're just there to say. When they went through their database within the prison or the police system, if that person is eligible for bail or
But
not.
they try matters too.
So you're saying that
They try
DPP,
matters.
you're saying that when it goes to trial within the DPP and those areas, DPP doesn't take over or what? They're trying.
Allegedly, anybody could correct me if I'm wrong. The prosecutors try matters. Allegedly, the same police prosecutors.
So you're saying that the
No,
police,
I have-
you're saying that the police act as attorneys when they try.
attorneys.
No, wait,
Not attorneys.
wait,
For example, okay.
hold up. Usually, a prosecutor is an attorney, a trained attorney. You have a law degree, and you went to before the bar. You went to the bar, and you were admitted into the fraternity. That's an attorney. So you are saying to me that when that case moves through the system and it's time for trial, that a cop acts as an attorney.
Allegedly, and anybody could prove me wrong, or I would apologize, but I would say allegedly. I have seen, and I'm not saying that but if they are trained, prosecutors, police are trained to be lawyers or whatever, Miss Veronica, wherever they're trained, they're doing a bad job at it.
Patricia,
90%
you are on the radio and I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you, I'm not talking about the initial start of when someone has been charged and the prosecutor who happens to be a cop says, well, here, we went through our database and this guy, he does not deserve bail, or you know what, we do not have him in the system. Yeah, and the crime was not something that was violent. There was no weapon used. Yeah, we don't mind him getting bail. We're not talking about that phase. We're talking about the phase when it comes up for him to be guilty or not guilty, and they have a jury all assembled, and it needs to be argued before the jury and the judge whether this person should go to jail for the crime they committed or not. You're saying that at that final phase of the whole system, that a cop, a regular cop, stands up as an attorney?
I could only speak about my matters, although it hasn't been that stage yet. But let me give you for one example. They wanted to start trial right there and then, let the people give evidence, and the prosecutor. And this is it's only certain courts, certain things happening, and a lot of people don't know about. The prosecutor wanted to ask the person questions. Trial. I just got charged, and I said, no, that can't happen. This should not be allowed to happen. And people don't know about it. I am talking about my matter. I know what goes on. And the prosecutor wanted to do it.
Yeah, this is going to take long to upload because it's going too long. But what we started out saying, that this is a matter of great public importance and the judicial system needs to be examined. We started with that. And we're going to end with that. This is a matter of great public importance. You Barbadians, you need to, from childhood, from the time you go into primary school, they should teach law courses. They should teach you, because the law is a way to keep people enslaved. In many ways, those legalese and those words, and when you're saying, I swear to this, I swear to that, those words are tricky words, and people need to understand when they go before the law how it works. How does it work? So like you and I said from the beginning, it is a matter of great public importance, and Barbadians need to get acquainted with the law and legalese, because what is happening in Barbados, per what you are saying to me, Patricia Benedict, it does not compute. It does not seem as though it's working.
And but nobody should be complaints so many times that people have to come to a court to monitor a proceedings. That should never be. They should be able to do their jobs properly without people looking
No, but they always,
to
but interveners are good, and amicus curiae are good. You know, there are people that are friends to the court. You know, you have different names for them. So it's good to have people who not intervene, but they are watchers. They will come to a court and they will watch particular matters, because that's how you take it to the legislative level and say, well, you know, this needs to be changed and this needs to be upgraded, and these laws are antiquated. You need them. You need interveners, and you need amicus curiae people to look at things and to be friends, to be friends of the court and to be friends of the people. You need those things. Anyhow, we have been on 25 minutes. I'm going to see how long this takes.
Thank you so much.
So do you want to say something to end this? Because I don't want to be the last.
Yeah, I think some of the courts, the things should be changed in Barbados. You know, the judges and the magistrates and the prosecutors and stuff have to stop frustrating, you know, certain people. You know, it's just a group of people that get through all the time. And then you might, you know, my matters, everybody matters been heard or been heard, and mine is not been heard. Everybody cases come before mine, and mine has been going on for years. So something has to give. Something legally have to change. You know, right. That's all I have to say for now.
Okay, thank you. This is Sherry Veronica, Naked Departure Radio.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.